Welcome back to the old Iron Lever channel. My name is Bob, and this is a kind of a special episode. There's no machining content directly in it, but you might find it interesting. So this year, my wife and I made a road trip to the 2019 Barzy Summer Bash. And this is a meeting of about 300 YouTube presenters in the machinist community, the maker community, and there are also some vendors there, and there are just people who like the channels and wanted to meet the producers there. And so I'm one of the content producers, obviously. This video is going to be in a few pieces, all in one video, but one of them, let me get my notes here. The first piece is going to be a poorly videographed videography of Mr. Pete, little pieces of interviews from him. Mr. Pete's a neat guy. He's got a lot of humor, and he's also done a lot for the YouTube community by presenting many videos over the years, and he used to be a shop teacher, and he still is, only he just now does it on YouTube. So anyway, that's a little short blurb, just a couple of pieces I was able to salvage out of my badly done videos from across the room, and apologize for the quality, but the content's there. The second little piece is another clip of one of the more popular events there, which is the four-jaw competition. And this is a competition where people go heads up against each other to basically center a piece in a four-jaw and get it accurately, and whoever does it the fastest wins, basically. It's a huge amount of prizes put up for this. Then the next piece will be one of the attractions to the Barzy, which is swags, the raffles, the auctions, the giveaways, all this kind of stuff. And I'll show you what I came home with. So the next segment after that will be after we've got through with the Barzy, we went on a road trip up to the San Francisco area and visited Dale Derry at his shop. And then after a little more touring around up in Northern California, we went over to the eastern part of California, where by Yosemite, and we met up with Randy Richard in his shop. Now, again, these are just excerpts from the bigger videos I took, a lot of which are kind of clumsy or whatever, but this is the better parts of the videos. And so anyway, let's get on with the video, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Why did you start doing a YouTube channel? My brother challenged me, that's 10 years ago, and he liked to set up a four-jaw chuck using two chuck keys, working one way against the other. And you can do it real fast. That's a good method. He said, YouTube had just started, and he said, why don't you make a 3-minute or 4-minute video on that? And I did. And a fair number of people watched it because there wasn't any competition at that time in many machine shops, video. So I made a couple more. I don't remember what the other ones were. And then I told my brother, I said, I got a lot of ideas. I think that I have enough ideas to make possibly 10 videos. Well, maybe 10 or 12, and then I'll be out of ideas, Now, what do you, actually, here's a great question. What do you prefer to be called, Mr. Pete? Or Tubal Cain? I think I like Mr. Pete better. That is what the kids called me at school. Okay. And I didn't object to it. What scared me, matter of fact, I rather became fond of it. Good. As long as they used the Mr. Someone would try to just say Pete. But my worst, I wanted them to have a handle that they liked to refer to me as, because I showed hundreds and hundreds of times a movie called The ABC of Hand Tools by Walt Disney. Did anybody ever see that? And the little character in that, and that was made in the 40s, the little character was Primitive Pete. And I didn't want them to start calling me Primitive Pete. So Mr. Pete was the preferred title, I guess.
This second segment is the four-jaw competition, or it's just one pair of participants. I don't know who they are, but there were a lot of people, vying for the prize. And
set up for an import. No, this one's a Bridgeport. This one's the Bridgeport. We do have them for different ones, so if you win this, you can trade it if you don't have an original Bridgeport. Now, my milling machine is kind of a monster. I think it's got a Comet head, and I think it's a Bridgeport base, so I don't know what I'd actually take. Yeah, so you don't have to worry about if you win it. It will work on your mill no matter what. And the number is 232705. Mike Joseph. Mike Joseph, come on down.
Okay.
Okay, we have a fireball square. Now, what's interesting about this, the gentleman who won it, Dale Derry is, he actually won this and he put it back in the auction because he couldn't put it in the luggage. So, you know what that means, don't you guys? It's up again. So again, from Fireball Square Tools, if you're a welder and you don't own one of these, you are not a real welder. They do work in the mill. Let's find out who's going to win this. Bob Trumbley.
This segment is just a quick look at the things that were given away. When you get to the Bar Z, you've registered, you pay your admission fee. You got a couple raffle tickets. You can buy more raffle tickets, which I did, and the money from those raffle tickets goes to support the Bar Z. There's a lot of expense in putting these together, so Stan Zinkowski does rely on donations and sales of tickets and raffles and auctions and all kinds of things to help pay for it. Well, every year when you go to the Bar Z Summer Bash, there's a lot of vendors giving away things, and there's raffles and all kinds of stuff. And there's a few people have products for sale. There's a swap meet, so there's all kinds of things to go home with. And there was a fella giving away these machinery feet, adjustable feet. Osborne Abrasives had a set of wheels and a couple of brushes, and they were just giveaways when you get there. Drill Hog get one of their guaranteed forever drill bits that you send in a registration number, and if it ever breaks, it's replaced for free. And I got this little Noga scraper, little deburring tool. And you can't get out of there without getting some anchor lube, and since my wife also goes, we wind up doubling up on some of the swag. So don't know who left the chip brush, but there was a chip brush in our bag. I've only bought anchor lube once because I've gotten enough at Bar Z to last me quite a while. During the raffle, I won this welding square from Fireball Tool, and that's going to come in really. That's one of those things I've been meaning to buy, but I just never have gotten around to it, and now I've got one. And Steve Barton at Solid Rock Machine Shop, was selling his boring bars, so I got one of the half-inch ones. These are real nice. Everybody that has them really loves them. They're a double-ended bar, so if you're doing something that you need to switch around, or you've chipped up your teeth or your cutter on one side, you can always just flip it around and keep on going. Anyway, So that's the swag gathering. I swear there's something else I'm missing, but that you get the idea. That's the bulk of. Keith Fenner made up a bunch of T-slot cleaners for everybody. Again, they got the Bar Z Summer Bash and the Get Her Done and all that on it, and it's specifically commemorate the 2019 bash. And then elsewhere in the video, I talk about the road trip, and I went out and saw Dale Derry, and that was a nice visit. He was over in the San Francisco area. Then went over to the Yosemite area and visited Randy Richards' shop, and he, as a parting gift, I guess, he gave me one of his new little scribes, and I've got one of his one with the screw-in cover on it, but these are both going to be handy. I'm sure I'll have them one on one bench and one on the other, and I'll be using them constantly. So anyway, that's the stuff I got at the Bar Z. The other thing I picked up quite a bit was some more stickers for the sticker wall. This is the official Summer Bash 2019 logo. Randy Richard, when I went up to his shop, he had some of those. Dudley Toolwright was there. Blondie Hacks, she was there, and she also is sponsoring or started a community build with Adam Booth and some other folks. And what they do is she starts by making some widget of some sort, passes it on to somebody else, they add to it, and there's no plan, it's just fun to see how it turns out at the end. So anyway, check out her channel. This is Dale Derry's. This is his new sticker. American Rotary's big sponsor of the bash. Keith Fenner, Turnright Machine Works. He has the Patriot sticker and his Walk the Talk one. Inspirational Metalworks. Keith Rucker's Vintage Machinery, Noga. They're an excellent sponsor. They provide a lot of raffle prizes and things. Emma's Spare Room, this is her new sticker. And we have Shars and Solid Rock Machine Works, Steve Barton's place. He makes a couple of things. There's two different sizes of double-ended boring bars. And MR Tool Repair, I was especially glad to see Mark there. He probably fixes measuring instruments for probably half the people that were at the bash, and it was nice to be able to meet him and talk to him. So anyway, those will be going up on the wall, and probably getting close to time to get a new wall, a new board for the wall. Well, there's the sticker wall with all the new stickers on it, and of course a lot of old ones. And thanks to everybody who sent stickers to me. And again, if you want to swap stickers, I'll put my email address in the comments or somewhere, and be happy to swap stickers with you. This next segment is a shop visit for Dale Derry's shop up in the San Francisco area. I've known Dale for several years, since basically, I don't know if it was probably the first, I don't know if it's the first bash or before the first bash. I first met him when he did a road trip out to Wyoming, Colorado area, among other places. And he stopped at people's shops along the way, and he put out a call in one of his videos. If you're interested in having him stop by, let him know. And so I did, and he stopped by. He did a little video of my shop, and he's been very supportive. I've got a small channel, and he tries to let people know about it when he can. And so this time around, I went and visited his shop, and it was a nice, entertaining time. I really enjoyed it. I hope he did too. As part of my road trip to go to the Summer Bash this year, I arranged with Dale Derry to come by his shop in Northern California and say hi and just see what's going on. So Thanks for having us, Dale.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, so I've just been showing you around a little bit, and we kind of stopped here at the 375 Gorton, which this is a tool cutter grinder, which makes it really unique is it's very easy to use, but it's used for really smaller cutters from a 1/2 inch down. But what makes it great is I can actually not just sharpen the end of the end mills, I can also sharpen the flutes on them, because I can put a cutter in here and a tooth to mark where the flute's supposed to be, and I can bring this in and out and sharpen it.
Yeah.
And that's what makes this easy to use.
So you can make all your cutters undersized if you want.
Exactly. So it's just really a great machine, and literally pulled it out of the mud at this guy's place. We had a tractor pull it up, and you can still see there's still clay or mud on it.
I see that.
I had to drive to the other side of California to pick it up, but I didn't pay that much for it, and it's one of those I thought I was just going to keep it for a couple of weeks, clean it up, and sell it. It's never leaving the shop.
So anything new in the shop that we haven't seen before?
You know, there's always something new. Like we've got this little CNC milling machine here. Although I'm still trying to understand it, this machine's not tight enough for me to use it. So I need to do a complete new rebuild on it. I mean, I need to break it apart, scrape in the ways, do it all right, so she'll make an exciting video.
Yeah.
Because I think people want to see how to do that.
Well, nice thing about these ways, it's probably not going to take you forever.
No, they're nice and small. But you know, but here's what's funny is if you look down here, the ways don't come out far enough to keep this stable. So I'll actually put an extension on here and add to it.
Yeah, right in there. Yeah.
Because it's just not strong enough to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
And this was an experiment to see if I will enjoy doing CNC milling. I don't know if I am, but there's a couple products that I want to start building for my channel, and I need something like this to prototype and test, where I can't, you know.
Well,
so,
if you ever get it all rebuilt and decide you don't want it, let me know.
I'll give you a call. You'll get it cheap, especially for all the labor I'll put in it. So.
Well, that's all free, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, you know, I will say, do I have this set up? Here's one of the smarter things I've ever done. So this is a cheap caliber from Harbor Freight. Let's see if it turns on. What's nice is I can do fractions.
Oh, I like that.
So what happens is usually I'll have a bunch of drill bits. I'll have a bunch of drill bits that will just be sitting out.
I love that.
Actually, I should have zeroed out. It should have been 1/2 inch. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll just, instead of putting my drill bits away, I just have a stack of them.
Yeah, I do too.
And then I come through and use that.
I wish you had a comparator over there.
Yeah. This one's actually still available on the market. I would never buy it because it's too small. I'm actually after a larger comparator, but one thing I did is I put an LED light in here that's super bright. Before it probably would have been like a 5-watt light bulb.
Yeah.
I had to shut off all the lights.
Yeah.
I had to work with a dark room, but now because the way it's set up, this light is so bright that I can work right here and have no problems. And I use this thing quite a bit.
Yeah, and you might mention how you use it, just because I know some of the guys have never seen one.
So what a comparator is used for is it's a super accurate way of measuring something. Like, so if I needed to check to see if these threads were cut correctly on this bolt, I can put in the comparator in it, and it's basically a bright light that comes through, casts a shadow, and then it focuses up on the screen, and I can change the focusing of the screen. I can change the position of it. What's really important here is I can set up, if I want to see what angle this is, I can literally use the protractor up here. Let's turn it this way. Oops. I can't remember which way I'm going here. and I can find out what that angle is. So it should be, you know, around 15 degrees or something. I don't have the nut parallel, but I can check that. But then I can also check by shifting this from side to side where my peaks are, and then I have dial indicators right here where I can move it back and forth, and I can actually measure the exact peaks for these. One of the things is I had a grooved pulley, a multi-grooved pulley, and I didn't know what width the grooves needed to be or what angles. And I was able to just literally put the pulley up here, get my exact measurements. Took me seconds. It probably took me 3 minutes. And then I just wrote them down, went over the lathe, and cut what I needed.
Yeah.
The other great thing is I can set this up for, let's say this was a Whitworth measurement, which is 55 degrees instead of 60. I can take my cutter that I'm going to cut my single point threads, and I can put it in here and check my cutter and make sure it's ground correctly. Instead of having to match it up, I can literally measure it exactly if it's a super critical part. And let's say I almost do all my thread cutting. After I grind it, I bring it over here and I test it.
Yeah, thanks again for Dale hosting us to come by and say hi and give us a place to hang out and rest for a while before we hit the road again.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Thank you. This segment is continuing on our road trip from San Francisco over to the Yosemite area and visiting Randy Richards' shop. Okay, here we are at Randy Richards' shop. We're continuing our road trip after the bash, and this was right on the way home. Just happened to be perfect. So
well, you guys are going to go to Yosemite?
you were going to go to Mariposa Grove.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, Randy graciously said okay to come up there and harass him for a while, and so you've got a great place. It's beautiful up here, and you know, I'd move right in.
Oh, I don't think my wife will let you. But we've had people who wanted to park their tent and their campers, and my wife says no. So.
So anyway, we're just trying to take a look at everything in the shop here and see if there's anything new going on or old going on, and whatever.
No, that's new. That's that's next, right there. That's a Toyota Tundra steering. What do they call it? Rack and pinion steering. Yeah. I'm not a car guy, but that's a rack and pinion steering, and I'm going to modify it.
Okay.
To fit in a.
What better qualifications?
Right. To fit in my son's Tacoma. He took Bruce for. I don't know if you've seen his truck, but we've done a little bit.
Now these are.
Yeah, these ones are no, that's okay. These ones aren't engraved yet. Well, they still need to be polished. These are all faced so far.
Yeah.
I mean, turned and faced. I still have to polish these ones. Yeah, these ones haven't been polished yet.
Right there.
So they get polished, and then so they're polished up, and then I engrave them on the end. I don't know if you can see. That's probably hard to see. Yeah, and then you'll see how it's there's a gap. You know, it only goes around because that's right where I'll mill it out. Right there. Yeah. So.
And then it'll look like this.
Yeah. Then it will look just like this once it's milled out, but there'll be a hole in there.
Yeah.
I was in a hurry. This one's perfect. I mean, as far as that milling and all that goes, but there's no hole in it.
Yeah.
I took it out. Oh, now to put that back in there. Oh, it's a pain.
Oh.
Okay. Right. So now I have to go put it in there, and I have to indicate this, and get it lined back up again.
Oh yeah.
I did it because I use this. I use this. Right. Let's call it the indexer. As soon as I pulled that, and I pulled it right out. I stopped.
Yeah. Oh well.
I go, oh dear. So now it's going to sit right there until I have time to fix it. And then these are little ones. These are all ready to mill.
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah. Oh, that's a little one. All ready to go. Yeah. Takes a little time to get a bunch made up. I have one set that I could sell. right now.
And I thought, someday I'm going to order one of those.
Oh.
But I don't cut dovetails very often. But the one time I did, I have a multi-tooth.
Oh yeah,
you know,
yeah. High-speed steel
high-speed
one. Yeah.
And the only what I needed to cut the dovetail in was aluminum, and it just gummed it up, And
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought, this would be perfect for it.
Oh, the thing is, you can go faster.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of people. Yeah. I get all sorts of emails and stuff, and people have complained about the same thing. But you can't go fast enough with the high-speed steel one. But with this, or this being only a single edge, you clear the chip easier.
Right, yeah.
And they don't, the multi ones, the high speed steel where they have 6 or 8 cutting edges, they just plug up.
Yeah, they plug up and then they start getting hot real fast.
And you can't get rid of the chips.
Yeah.
And where that, people go, oh, why don't you do two? Why?
Why? Yeah, one works fine.
One works really, really good. Yeah. Why do 2? And you're just weakening it more.
Yeah.
You can buy a Chinese one that has 2 in it.
Yeah.
But there's no need to have 2. It won't perform any better or anything.
No.
So. Plus, I think I make mine out of probably better steel than the Chinese ones are made out of.
That would make a lot of sense.
No, I don't know what they make them out of, but I think these are probably better. These are 4130 pre-hardened.
Yeah.
And
they use that special Chinesium in it.
The Chinese, they put Chinesium in it, yeah, which is only mined in China. I think, yeah.
Okay.
There.
I've never used it.
Here, you need some anchor lube?
I just got another bottle from Stan.
Oh, here's some more.
Okay. Oh, this is nice. In a way, I like this even better because I don't have to unscrew it. I can just pull it off.
Yeah.
But I've gotten, that's just outstanding.
That's being carbide. They
last apparently forever.
well, probably, but the people. One problem people I know do is they push too hard. I mean, this is very, very sharp, and they press too hard, and you can break the little tip off.
Yeah.
People ask me, well, how do you sharpen it? Well, you take this and you put this in a drill motor and you hold it up against a green wheel or a diamond and just zzz.
Yeah.
It takes like 2 seconds and it's sharpening it.
Yeah.
So, and then it's just Loctited in. This carbide's only 1 inch long in there, and you can just put the cap on the other end.
Yeah.
So,
Perfect.
yeah, they work.
Well,
They actually work really good.
Yes, thank you very much. I just noticed that you had the box on his printer, and I thought about doing one on mine, but I never got around to it.
What it helps do though is it helps the heated bed will warm the inside, so it's all real consistent temperature in there.
Yeah, and that's a big deal.
But the stray air currents mean a lot to. If it cools too fast over here from the air, you can get weird things and you can get messes like this sometimes.
Yeah.
But I think this was because moisture got in the PLA because it's been sitting here for a while. And I probably should. You can take, or this is not PLA, this is ABS, but so I had a couple of ones that wasn't working. Just didn't work out. Just didn't work out. Oh yeah, geez, film those. But yeah.
Oh, I've got lots of those at home. I mean,
now I don't have too many mistakes. These are good printers. I'm impressed with these. These are, they're $800, but they're really good.
I've got a Chinese version of that my kid built. It's like, it works okay.
Well,
it takes a little technique to keep it working.
Oh yeah. I've printed a lot of stuff. I switched over to ABS this winter, and it sticks right to the metal. This is a spring steel coated, powder coated plate, and it sticks to this real well.
Okay.
And you don't have to put tape down, and then you just flex it. And if you let it cool enough, it just pops off right away. But then you get a nice little texture to it too. See, it comes up with a nice But you don't have to tape it down or anything like glass and all that. But having this is a really nice feature.
When a while back, I was noticing that in my mind I was thinking, if I leave the filament out and let it just sit on the printer, it dries out, you know, and it gets hard and cracks and breaks. And then I got reading, it's like, no, it's the opposite. It gets moisture in it and it causes problems.
Yeah, it absorbs moisture just from sitting out.
And so finally I ordered a little dryer that just sits over here, and it has a feed. You can dry it from, you know, when it gets moisture in it, you can actually dehydrate it.
Oh no, that people take them and just put them in the oven.
Yeah, and this one just keeps it there, and it feeds right from it, so it's even stays dry while you're printing.
Oh, so it's inside.
It's inside of a
little heated box or
yeah,
something.
a little box.
Really? I'm gonna look into that.
Yeah, I got it on Amazon for $75 or something.
I will look into that.
So the other thing about this box I bought, the heat box, it has a scale in it.
Oh, so it weighs it.
It weighs it, and so you know how much is left.
And the slicing programs will tell you.
It'll tell you. Yeah, I always forget to look.
Oh yeah, it tells you the volume you're going to use.
I use Cura, and it does that.
Yeah.
Well, that's the summary of the Bar Z road trip. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you know, give us a thumbs up. If you enjoy the channel, please subscribe. I'd love to have more subscribers. If you have something to say you think I'd like to hear, well, please leave a comment. Again, I like comments as well. Also, I'm going to put my email address in the description. If any of you want to send me a sticker to put on the sticker wall, or you want one of mine which looks a lot like that, just let me know, and we'll trade addresses, and we'll ship each other a dual sticker swap. There is more footage of the road trip that's just related to the drive. There's a segment on a big solar installation just inside the California border by Nevada. We'll have some pieces on some sites around Santa Barbara. There is an antique motorcycle museum there. I'll try and get you a few snippets of that and put it together. Up on the 17-mile drive, some of the Big Sur area. We went up Highway 101 or Highway 1. Oh, there's a segment on the giant sequoias over in the Mariposa Grove, part of the Yosemite National Park. Oh, the Hearst Castle. Anyway, if you'd like to see a video put together with just the travel log sort of stuff, let us know. Put it in the comments. Anyway, until the next video, happy trails.